So let's get started with our practice tonight. We are actually going to be doing a Samana practice. So we just talked about a meditation that involves all the vayus, which are all the different forces of air that move in the different directions. And we are going to work with the vayu of Samana, which brings the subtle forces to the center of the body and helps us to feel balanced and have equilibrium and assimilation of the day and internally. So we are assimilating physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's a great practice. It's great for Vata as well as Pitta. So it is a Pitta, Vata Pitta practice tonight that we are doing. Let's get started. We are going to start out standing. Oh, excuse me, but you're going to have to move. Go over there. Okay. So open up wide with your feet, and you're going to want to turn your feet parallel. Inhale up, and then exhale. You're going to take your right hand and kind of rotate a little bit with the chest and drop down. Go all the way down, and then come back up. Reach. Rotate the chest a little bit and go down to the other side and come back up. Reach. So it's kind of like a windmill. You're dropping down. We're starting out with rotations, and rotations are poses that help us to center, to assimilate. Coming back up, exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last set. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Now both arms are going to push up, and we're going to drop to the side. Drop down, drop the head, come back up. Reach. Go to the other side. Drop. And reach. Down. You're bending the leg, and the other leg is straight. And come up. Reach. And down. And reach. And down. And reach. And down. And reach. Good. We're going to go rotate. So you're going to rotate to the side. Come back up. Reach. Now you're going to bend the knee on the other side. Down. Drop the head. Lift. Up. Good. Then the other arm comes across. Drop down. And lift. And bend that left knee. Drop. And reach. Good. And then we're going to turn to the right and then bend the knee and come up. Reach up. Good. Drop down. Step back. Plank. Lower. Now you're going to hold it on your belly, lift your legs up, and reach your arms up. So you're on your tummy. Another pose. Poses that also help with centering are poses where you're on your tummy. And then we release the hands down, lower the legs, lift up, Bhujangasana. Take it back, down dog. And then that right leg steps forward. Lift back up into warrior one, reach. Hold it there. And come back up. We're going to rotate back to the center. Lift back up, reach. Take the right arm across. Lift up. Both hands drop down, bent leg. You're going to the left. I'm sorry, right. And then reach. And then left hand comes across. And then reach up. And now bending the left knee, drop down. Sorry, you guys, my mic keeps falling out of my pocket in my tights. And then come back up. Rotating to the left side and coming back into warrior one. Reach. Warrior one. Stay. Good. Release down and step back into plank. Lower. Lifting your legs and lifting your arms. Everything lifts. Hands then come to your chest. Lower the legs. Lift up cobra. Press back, down dog. And then stepping the left leg forward. Come back up into warrior one. Reach. Good. Then we turn and face the front again. Inhale up. Right arm comes across. And then reach. You're going to bend the opposite leg, lower. Wants to come out. And then lift back up, reach. And then the left hand comes across, rotate. Lift back up. Bend that opposite knee, drop. Good, lift, reach. Rotating to the right, go into warrior one, up. Good, we're adding a balancing posture right here. So you're gonna go warrior one into warrior three. So if you want to, you can bring your hands to your waist, shift forward and lift right up. Or you can extend those arms right out in front. And then lower, lift, and we're going to add rotation here. You're either going to rotate one arm coming down, looking towards the back, or you can drop down lower. And coming back up, reach. Lower down, step back plank, all the way down. Lift your legs and lift your arms, reach. And then see if you can bend those knees, flex your feet, lift up higher. Release, coming into Bhujanasana, cobra. Press back, down dog. Right leg then steps forward and we're going into warrior two. Warrior two, open up. So now you have open hips. Warrior two. Good. Warrior two, then reach that arm up and drop into Parsvakonasana. Either here or you can go to the ground. Good, now the hand that's in the air lifts up, reach, turning your feet parallel. Now you've got the right hand in the air and it goes across, reach. And then lifting up, reach, drop down to the other side. And lifting up, up. And now we're going to turn into warrior one facing the left. And we're going to go from that warrior one into that balancing posture. So remember, you can modify by bringing your hands to your waist, hinging, lift up. Or you can go right into it, adding arms. and then lowering back into warrior one. And we're adding rotation. So you're either going to turn towards the bent leg with the arms open or drop down. And that top hand comes down and you're literally pushing the hand down to try to bring the hands towards the heart. And then coming back up into warrior one, reach. Release down to the ground and step back into plank. Lower all the way down. Lift your legs, lift your arms. Bend the knees, flex your feet, grab at the ankles, lift. Then lowering the legs, hands right at the chest, push the chest up, Cobra, Bhujanasana, and then back, down dog. Then the left leg steps forward, warrior two. Open up. Reach. Bend that front knee. Make sure that it's bent. And then lowering and into Parsvakonasana. You can lower onto the thigh or you can go deeper. Okay, now the hand that's in the air, it lifts and you activate, reach up. Good. Now the other hand comes up, goes across. Open. And then lift, reach. Bend the opposite knee, drop down. Good, lifting up. Now keeping your feet parallel, toes slightly turned in, you're going to interlace your fingers behind you. Lift up, open the chest. This is a way for us to release tension in the neck and the shoulders, and then drop down. And then releasing those hands to the ground, you're going to walk right over into a high lunge to the right leg. Drop the back knee, flatten out. Releasing the pelvis. And then your back leg, you're going to lift it up, pull it in, drop down, and then straighten the front leg. Okay, so your hands can be on the ground. I can't. I re-injured my hamstring origin tear last week twice. It all started with mopping the floor. And I slipped on water. So I have to modify. And we're turning that into Parvarita Trikonasana. So Parvarita Trikonasana, in order for me to do it, I have to use a block. And I'm going to then rotate my torso towards that front leg. Swing the arm around, step back into plank, lower. Lift up the legs, grab, go right into downward facing bow, flex your feet, lift up. Release. Cobra. Press back, down dog. And then stepping the right leg forward. Drop your back heel, and we're going to then go into Trikonasana. So open up. And then the hand that's in the air reaches up, come up, turning your feet again, slightly turned in. We're going back into that fold. So you interlace your fingers behind you and then drop down. Interlace your fingers behind you and then drop down. And then releasing your hands to the ground. And now we go to the left leg into a high lunge. Drop the back knee and let your pelvis release here. Good. Then back leg steps in, bring it in, and drop right into a forward fold. Again, if you need to modify, your hands come up to the shin, or you can use a block. And then we're turning that into Parvarita Trikonasana. So if you want to use a block, you can. It goes next to that front foot. And then you rotate your torso towards the front leg reach. Swing the arm around and step back into plank. Lower all the way down. And then you're going to lift up, grab your ankles, flex your feet, lift. Release, push into cobra. Push back, down dog. Left leg then steps forward. And you're going to go right into Trikonasana. So line up the front heel with the arch of the back foot. Block goes on that baby toe side, and then you open up. Stack that top shoulder on top of the bottom shoulder. Straighten your legs. Watch your arm, you guys. Don't let it drop to your back. Pick it up, pick it up. A little more. Yeah. And then from there, reaching with the upper arm up. We come up, we turn our feet parallel again. Interlace your fingers behind you. Last time, open the chest. Drop into a fold. Hold it there. Relax your head. Yeah, relax your head. Good, and then release. All right, now from here, your hands go onto the ground. You're going to bring your legs in. Okay, so your hands go onto the ground, you're here, and you bring your legs in. Okay. Curl your toes under, and then sit back. You're sitting on your feet. Oh, joyous. It's great. So you're going to sit on your feet. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what we're doing. You're sitting on your feet. Now, if it's too much, grab a block and sit. Get the block to give you a little assistance. That's fine. Okay, if you can do this, this is great because it straightens, it actually helps your ankles, it strengthens your feet. So the right leg then comes up and you flatten out the foot. So now you are sitting on the one leg and then we rotate. Ooh. Now, if this becomes too intense, you're going to take a block underneath you and just sit on it. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Now bring your hands towards the heart and look behind you. Strengthening those feet, strengthening those toes. And then releasing, right leg is going to straighten. Then we go forward a little bit, flatten out the foot. And you're going to take your weight, take your butt over to the right side of the left leg. Okay, so it looks like this. You were here. And now you straighten the leg, flatten out the foot, shift your weight over. Good. And we're going to go back. Now, if you're getting a foot cramp, just kind of lean to the side, shake it out a little bit, and go back. Now, if you're leaning and teetering to one side, you need to use a blanket. Come up a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of support there. Okay. And then you go back. Onto the elbows or all the way back onto your back. Go all the way back. If you've got issues with your knees, you're not going to be able to go all the way back. Stay on your elbows or stay up on your hands. Okay, left hand, palm of the hand pushes into that heel, lift up. And now we go forward. Good, and then we lift up. Come forward, take your right leg back. Curl your toes under again and sit. So you're sitting, we're switching sides. So now your left leg comes up and you sit, it's a flat foot here. And then we rotate, get a block if you need it. Sometimes you need it. Bring your hands to your heart. And once you start getting used to this pose, your feet will be able to withstand a lot. It's really the truth. Good, and then we release. Go forward, flatten out that right foot, straighten out that left leg, shifting your weight over now to the left. Now remember, when you shift over, you might need a blanket. That's fine. You might need a blanket. If you're teetering, if you're doing a leaning thing, that means you need a blanket. And then we go back. Onto the elbows. or you can go all the way back, laying on your back. Nice. All right, and to come out of it, right hand, heel of the hand pushes into the heel of your right foot, and you lift up, sit up, and then you go forward into a fold. Forward fold. You have a pulled hamstring like me, then you got to modify. It's such a bummer because I was pretty much healed up because I had done my original tear 2 years ago. Well, a year and a half ago on Mother's Day, when I was like ripping it up on the roller skating rink, like totally tearing it up, blowing my kids away. They were like, "Oh my God, Mom, like, you're so amazing." And then I went, wasn't so amazing after that, I have to admit. But it was healed. It was getting better. Okay. And then we're going to release out of that. You're going to release your right foot. Woo, shake it out. And taking it onto your back for a bridge. Push up. Now we're going to do a little bit of stuff here to help our bridge become a little bit bigger. So if you're feeling like you're a little bit tight, kind of stuck in your pelvis, sometimes that happens, and you're kind of limited in how far you can lift up, it's a real easy fix. You're going to drop the pelvis, draw the right knee in and lengthen out the left leg. Open up that knee to the right side, extend your left arm out, and then pull the knee across the body and extend your right arm out. So super simple. It just kind of helps loosen up the pelvis. And then release. And now the left knee comes in and extend your right leg. Open up that left leg to the left. It's just a bent knee, but you could do it as a straight leg as well. And then you go across the body. Lengthen that left arm. Very nice. Good. And then now we're going to try that bridge again and see how it feels. And push on up. Wow, way bigger. Now you want to activate your feet, push into your feet, and that'll get you even higher. But I do want you to notice the difference between your first bridge, that little bit of an opening that we did in our pelvis. It's something that you can take with you, by the way, and how it really helps your bridge open up. And then really release down. Draw both knees in. Good. And then grab your feet. Baby finds his feet, dropping the knees into the armpits. And then you want to anchor the sacrum. So that's the back of the pelvis. Anchor the sacrum into the ground. Boom. That brings your lumbar curve back. And then push the knees deeper. Baby finds his feet. Bringing the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. So Supta means supine. You're laying on your back, feet together, interlace your fingers, push the palms of the hands away, and then reach. Gravity naturally helping and supporting to open up the groin, front of the pelvis. Then releasing your hands, bringing your knees together, and we go back into a bridge. One more bridge and push on up. See if you're able to go a little bit higher this time. Activate your feet. Good. And then release down, opening up the arms, both arms opening up. Draw the knees in, taking the legs to the right, looking to the left. Pause there. And then bringing the legs up and taking them to the left and looking to the right, and pause there. Good. And then releasing from there and setting yourself up for Shavasana. Taking a bolster underneath your knees, covering yourself up if you're cold, definitely covering your eyes. We want to calm the body. And one of the ways that we can do that is by covering the eyes. The eyes are the most stimulated sense that we have. You want to help support the winding down of the body, especially at night. And then you relax, cover your eyes. Okay, so arms at your side, palms up in a receiving position. Arms below the heart and at your side. Good, relax. Good, and begin to deepen your breath. Allow some movement into your fingers and toes. And gently roll to your right side. Pause there for a moment. So we want to take our time. Don't sit up right away, especially at night. We want to slow everything down. Good. And then very, very slowly, gradually bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And once you are seated comfortably, bring your hands together and connecting your thumbs to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a moment to soften and relax the whole body. Feel your skin soften. Feel your muscles soften. Feel your bones soften. May you feel more open and relaxed. May you feel inspired, connected. Namaste.